Homosexuals in America. I believe that every American should have equal rights. In American society, being a homosexual is still against God's plan. Why is it against God's plan when He is the one who created us? Society's view is that all homosexuals are perverts, that we molest little children. That is just not true. Being gay and being a pedophile are two very different things. Being gay means that we fall in love with the same sex, and being a pedophile means that the individual abuses little helpless children, and that this is a mental disorder. Growing up, I was always taught that no matter the color of your skin or who you fall in love with, it should not hinder your pursuit of happiness. If living in this great country of ours has taught me one thing, is that most of society is very judgmental. If you are not cut from the same cloth as them, then you do not fit in. As most Americans have read from the previous election, about 30% of the states in our union had some sort of amendment on their ballot that had citizens voting on whether we should allow same-sex marriages, and in some states, same-sex unions. Now, in the state of Florida, they had something on their ballot called Amendment 2. Amendment 2 stated that a man and a woman, and or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, not be considered domestic partners. Now, if you voted yes on Amendment 2, that is your right, but let me ask you this. Why should individuals of the opposite sex, or the same sex, be denied the right to be included in their loved one's care? Why should a couple of the same sex be denied the right to put the other on their health insurance? Why should a couple of the same sex be denied the right to file on one another's taxes? We have come a long way. We have finally elected an African American as our leader. Why can't we let homosexuals live in harmony as the heterosexuals? I also want to make this point as well, because I do believe that there are two sides to every story. I understand to some degree why the majority of Americans do not want to allow some homosexuals to have any rights, because to some level I feel the same way. I am proud that I am who I am, and I would never change me for no one. But at times I am ashamed of my community because of the way they act at times in public. I heard on the radio the other morning while traveling to work about a queen from another country. She had made a comment on how she does not disagree with the homosexuals, and she accepts, but she also said this, and I find it to be true. Why does the gay and lesbian community need a pride parade? The straights do not have one, and if they did, traffic would come to a complete standstill. I find that to be completely true. If the community would just tone it down a few notches, I think things would be a lot better for us. I think the Americans would accept us more. Like I said, there are always two sides to every story, and I agree with both sides. I would love for us to be able to find our love and marry them just like anyone else. I want to be treated just like everyone else. I don't want to be afraid of walking down the street and getting harassed just because I choose to love differently.